And he has that little Vulcan, which is really
that little
good for close
Vulcan. I
range.
see that. Okay.
And yeah, he can turn to a bird, basically.
What?
Yeah.
All right.
And in this mode, you can
Brett,
kind of.
I don't know if you've ever seen a real bird. That was not a bird.
It's
all right?
it's a Gundam bird. It's
that was definitely
I might
something
lose.
more than just a bird. Hello, my friends, and welcome back to PlayStation Underground. On today's show, Gundam Versus. And joining me to play this game is Cyrus and Brett from Bandai Namco. Gentlemen, hello.
Hi there.
Welcome to the program.
Super excited to be here. Thanks for having us.
It's my pleasure. Cyrus, you and I have been on camera for this game before.
Yeah, we're all friends.
Now we're just talking about it. There's a lot to go through. So, Brett, why don't you jump into, you said you wanted to go into Gundam Select, and we can talk a little bit about all the mobile suits.
Yeah, we were going to take a look at Free Battle. There's a bunch of options here, but Free Battle lets us kind of look at all the mobile suits. This game has a lot, 94, right, Cyrus?
94 different mobile suits in this game that you can choose from, all with their own special customization. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to jump into.
So, Brett, what we're going to do is blindfold you, and you're going to name every mobile suit from memory.
You can do it.
Does that sound good?
That's really tough. Maybe I can hit like 60. I don't know if I can hit all 94.
I think you actually
I
could.
think I could, but yeah, no, this game is awesome. 2-on-2 game. You got different mobile suits from almost every anime.
17 different series in this game.
Yeah.
And with Gundam, that is pretty incredible because, you know, there are so many different ways that you can jump into this anime, this series, this franchise, and this game has 17 of those different animes.
So, and I kind of like how it's sort of divided up by series here. So this is
Yeah.
actually kind of I'm like a UI junkie. I love seeing
are you?
how
Okay.
how people display information.
It's pretty
potentially
beautiful.
some would argue the most boring part of a video game, but I think it's vital and crucial.
It's extremely crucial. You can't jump into it without some
yeah.
great UI.
This is
UX
how we
design.
enjoy the games. Do we have any personal favorites, guys, that we're going to take a look at today?
Brett, for you, what's your personal favorite?
It's probably gotta be Gundam Wing from
Okay.
Wing Zero.
Yeah.
It's my bud, but you know,
It's your bud.
I mean,
you guys have coffee on
Yeah.
Sundays.
yeah,
Sorry.
definitely.
Well, do you want to jump into a match? Maybe?
Sure, yeah,
and,
we can
and
jump
start
into
messing
match.
around.
Yeah, let's show a little bit of Wing Zero.
Sure, all right.
Let's explain the striker system a bit. I know that we said there were 94 different mobile suits. This is going to kind of blow your mind. There are 140 plus striker units. So the striker units are your assist functions. And with those, there are a ton of mobile suits here that you won't actually be able to use in the game as an actual mobile suit to play as. But as a striker unit, you have your own assist that you can use to kind of change the tide of battle.
That is fantastic. So there's a lot to choose from.
Yeah.
Here, is what you're telling me.
They're
Yeah.
from the different series, just like the suits too. So a lot of these guys are kind of maybe smaller suits that maybe aren't big enough to be like the main character, but you got a lot of cool assists and even some nice cameo appearances.
What's your favorite striker to use?
I really like the Iron Blood Orphan Himari's Trooper. This
Oh,
guy,
wow.
he's
Okay.
pretty awesome.
Why is that?
That is a name and a half.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what.
He's just really solid. He comes out with the spear and hits you, so he's good all. You'll see. I'm gonna throw it out. He's a big, scary dude with a spear, and he's gonna hit people.
Melee attack with destroy.
He
Yeah.
comes out with a spear and hits you with
Yeah.
it.
I mean, you can see there's a little types underneath. This one's fighting here, and this one's shooting. So you can have different types. I think there's some like various miscellaneous options too. So it kind of helps you figure out what kind of assist you want.
Awesome. So you're gonna go with fighting,
Yeah.
and then right here we have the blaze and lightning gear. Brett, can you talk a little bit about this burst functionality?
Yeah, so there's this mechanic called burst in the game. It's a meter that builds up when you take damage or deal damage. And when you have enough of it, you can kind of activate it and go into a super mode.
Okay.
So this option here chooses what kind of super mode. You can see there's two options. There's Blaze and Lightning Gear. So Blaze Gear basically helps you fight those close range battles really a lot better. And the Lightning Gear kind of lasts longer, and it's more about preserving the range game.
Awesome.
So you have your choice based on your playstyle. With this particular suit, I like playing Blaze Gear.
Awesome.
But it depends on the suit. So there's a little bit of kind of customization there.
Cool. Well, let's just jump right into a battle, shall we?
Sure, yeah. Let's go ahead. We can actually also choose our stage. There's a bunch of stages to choose from here.
God, there's so many options.
Yeah.
Get out of here with all this.
We'll leave it up to the random.
Let's leave it up
Okay.
to
Yeah.
random. Why not?
And yeah, we'll
We're
leave all
rolling
these
the
suits on random
dice.
too. All right, so going into this match here.
Let's do it. There was a lot of options, but I'm feeling good about your choice.
Wing Zero.
Yeah, my
Wing
partner
Zero and V2.
V2.
Can you talk about V2 as a striker unit?
Yeah, V2 as a partner is really awesome.
As a partner.
He's got all kinds of tools. He's also a big suit. He's a front suit like mine. We call that a front suit is this 500 suit. You can see there's this cost system on the top left. You'll see this team bar, and what that does is whenever you actually lose your suit, get knocked out, you come back, and in the process, you take away from your team health bar. So,
Got it. So it's extremely important to be communicative with your partner as to what types of costs you guys are going with, what strategy you're going to
Definitely.
use.
It's kind of like a high-level concept, but one of the big things in this game is figuring out who gets knocked out first. Whoever comes in second kind of has some health penalty, so it can be important to make sure the right person actually gets knocked out first.
And now,
oh, go ahead, Cyrus.
well, I was just wondering, why do you like Wing Zero?
Because he gets coffee with him every
Yeah.
Sunday. We went
Every
through this.
Sunday!
Yes.
Wow, okay.
Brunch
Wing Zero,
dates.
he's not super complicated, but he has a good tool for every option. So he's kind of got that elegance to him, where you don't have like a billion different weapons, but the ones that you do, they're really good, and they're good for all kinds of important situations. And he just looks cool. I like the design. You know,
So you're saying he's a Gundam of all trades?
definitely,
Okay.
he's kind of an all-purpose. He can kind of do
Sorry.
everything he
I'll
wants.
see myself out.
Please do. Please do.
Cyrus, you can handle the rest of this, right? It seems like you're asking all the right questions.
What is the, can you talk a little bit about the different characteristics that Wing Zero has and the abilities that he has? I saw you brought up a shield just now.
Yeah.
I know that Wing Zero can transform.
So he can do a lot of stuff. His most signature move is this kind of long shot here, which is unique in the sense that it's very active, really good for all kinds of situations. And he has that little Vulcan, which
Yeah,
is really
that
good
little
for close
Vulcan. I
range.
see that. Okay.
And yeah, he can turn to a bird, basically.
What?
Yeah.
All right.
And in this mode, you can
Brett,
kind of.
I don't know if you've ever seen a real bird.
It's-
But that was not a bird.
It's
all right?
it's a Gundam bird.
that was definitely
oh, I might
something
lose.
more than just a bird.
I'm alive.
Oh, you're alive.
Okay,
You're
so
alive.
I haven't been paying enough attention. I'm gonna lose if I get hit here.
Okay.
So I have.
stay, can you
Show us what you got, Brett.
Yeah, yeah,
Show
yeah,
us what
it's-
you got.
it's okay.
Can he make it through?
Oh, my partner died
no. Well, we're gonna have a couple more matches anyways. For you to
But
prove
see,
your
this
worth.
is this is a cooperative game and a competitive game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, are you always with an AI partner, or can you team up with another human player to do that?
So yeah, you can definitely team up with another human player. The game is Gundam Versus has been going on for about 15 years in the arcades in Japan. It's always been a 2 versus 2 video game, competitive play. But we've added into this one 1 versus 1 as well as 3 versus 3, which is kind of a more party mode
Okay.
for all of your friends to jump into.
Would you say 2v2 is sort of the traditional
Yes,
Gundam Versus
absolutely.
mode? Yeah. Are you gonna do Wing
I
Zero again,
want
or you
to
want to
run
switch
back.
it
But
up?
we can
Hey,
try a different
let's do
suit
it.
because
Yeah, let's
why not?
let's give him a different suit. What are you most comfortable with?
Cyrus, what's your favorite suit?
Ooh,
I'll go for that.
okay.
Oh,
My favorite
Yeah.
is Exia.
Exia. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I like that. Exia's awesome. He's a smaller suit, as you can see. It's a 300 fighting suit.
Yeah, so you have a lot of range with how you play him.
Mhm.
Is what I've noticed.
wait. So you can
in
just
all
bring
these
in a
different
straight up tank as your striker. What's that?
Yeah.
You definitely
One to
can.
the right. Wait, one to the right, one up.
This one?
Yeah, look at
he,
that little
yeah.
guy.
So he shoots a little like machine gun cannon.
You're gonna use him.
Yeah, I'm gonna use him.
Am I
You like him?
sabotaging
No,
your
no,
I
build
love
by
it.
being
He's so
like,
good.
I
I
like
love it.
Pick that one. I hope it's good. It sure is cute.
You know, there's so many strikers, and that's one of my favorite new additions to the game. It's this is a long-running franchise, but strikers are new in this version, and they really added a lot of creativity to the game. Yeah, I'll make the thing for you. So you just kind of
there
super
he
long.
is. That's your
I can do another
tank,
one.
He did. He tried so hard.
I can do
He
another
had that
one here.
one shot to pull off, and then they're like, "Sir, you've done your due
You did
diligence. Please remove yourself from the battlefield. You're really just a liability for the giant fighting robots right now."
I can make another one. He did not help me, but
I'm sensing a pattern. I think we may have chose the wrong.
No.
I think
The
Brett
wrong
is gonna
tool
pull
for
it
the
off.
job.
yeah, we'll be okay.
All right. You
Wow.
get penalized for leaving the area, the play area. at
There's
all?
edges of the map.
Okay. I was gonna say it's not like an instant out.
One of the most important things that I've noticed with this game is the targeting system and being able to know exactly where your enemies are.
Yeah, how do you keep track of the chaos?
How do you keep track of the chaos, Brett?
It's hard. It's practice, and that's one of the most interesting parts of the game is just being aware of everything.
Spatial awareness has always been a huge part of fighting games and combative games in general,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
And it seems like, especially when you're dealing with a game like Gundam Versus where the battlefield is 3D and you're moving in a huge 3D space, you have to keep track of a lot of information.
Well, yeah,
and it's 2-on-2.
Absolutely.
So there's even more stuff to think about.
This game truly makes you feel like you're living in the anime because you need to be able to know exactly where your opponents are and know exactly what's going on in this battlefield, or you will die.
Yeah. I mean, not in real life.
Not in real life.
Yeah.
Well, maybe. But
If the stakes
isn't
are
a
high
tough game,
enough.
Brett.
Yes. Beautiful. Great.
Great.
Not just good. Great.
Very impressive. Very impressive.
Well done.
One of the things
Look at
that
that!
makes
Oh, look at that
Oh.
victorious pose!
Oh,
the angle.
I'm just walking along the sword
Walking
right
along
now.
the sword as
Just
that little
friendly
tiny
jaunt.
tank.
Yes.
the tank was the winner of that.
That
match.
would be if I was in this game. I'd be one of the tank. I wouldn't even be the tank pilot. I'd probably be just one of the people inside.
Oh yeah,
the tank.
absolutely.
Like manning the air conditioning. Like, sir, is the temperature an appropriate level for you for your strategy?
You don't give yourself enough credit.
No, that's. I think I've hit the.
I'm gonna see you online. I can already tell.
I don't know about that.
Why don't we show off Hot Scramble?
Hot Scramble. Okay, Cyrus, what's special about Hot Scramble?
Now, Hot Scramble is going to be
It's a
part of
delicious
the
way to prepare eggs.
It's a delicious way to prepare eggs.
Mhm.
Absolutely delicious with a little bit of pepper.
Mm.
But it's also part of the pre-order bonus. The pre-order bonus will have 3 different suits, but Hot Scramble will only be available in the pre-order bonus. The other 2 suits will be available as DLC.
Ah, very nice. Thank you for that info. It's like you had all that prepared on the tip of your tongue.
Oh no! I just spewed it out.
Yeah.
It's all good.
It's all improv. All right, what are we?
I actually did
here we
improv
go.
in college, but
Oh, you did?
What?
yeah, I did. Really? Yeah.
Oh.
absolutely.
All right, well, all right, here's the scene. Right?
And now your partner is G Arcane, correct?
Yeah.
So how does G Arcane play as a partner?
G Arcane is a sniper suit, and it's kind of a full dedicated support suit. It's kind of small, not very good at helping itself, but great at kind of picking opportunities that you make. So G Arcane's really a great asset to any team that's kind of partnered with a heavy hitting suit like this suit.
So you're pretty excited about this random partner that you
Yeah.
have right now.
Especially because it's a high difficulty. You know, the CPUs are actually pretty good at like aiming right, and they're kind of basically new types. You know, they'll just read what you do.
They are new types. To all my new types out there, if you play against the computer, you will play against your own brethren.
For
Oh
sure.
man, getting deep.
So these guys, on the other hand, are pretty small. You can see that they, like, one of them already got knocked out, and it only takes
yeah.
Oh wow!
a little bit.
A couple hundred off the other team meter, yeah.
Yeah, so usually in this game, it's pretty important to have this dynamic of like a big suit and a small suit.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, these little guys, it's really hard for them to make anything happen. Because the bigger the suit you are, like kind of the more mobility, the more damage, the more health you have, because you cost so much more.
Right.
Can we
right.
talk about the soundtrack real quick and this fantastic vocal in the background? It's hyping me up.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's hyping me up a little bit.
I mean,
Oh, taking
oh
some hits.
no!
It's okay, I'm getting back up.
Okay, yeah. I'm getting back up.
With the
I
soundtrack
feel
in the
great.
back.
Yeah, I feel great. Speaking of knockdowns, though, another great thing is that this game kind of encourages more neutral gameplay where if you get knocked down, unlike other games, it's actually kind of your advantage. You have a lot of invincibility when you get back up.
Right.
So you kind of go back to this range play. So it's not super focused on like running the train and just getting all the knockdowns. More about kind of this play with Beam Rifle.
When we had you guys
Nice.
come into the office, congratulations.
Yeah.
When we had you guys come into the office, I saw a lot of people when they got knocked down, they stayed down for a
Yeah.
while without getting back up. Is that strategic or?
Yeah, it's strategic. It's, you're not sure what the guy's going to do. So there are some tricks you can do if you knock an opponent down to like kind of do some weird knockdown mix-up or something.
Yeah.
So not doing anything can be a really good idea to just see what they're doing and mess up the timing.
Awesome. Should
You're
we do
saying-
one more matchup?
Let's do it. I think we have time for at least one more. Yeah,
All right.
for sure.
Cyrus, you got another pick?
I really want to see the
One of the mobile suits is named Rick.
Oh yeah.
Rick Diaz.
Rick Diaz.
Yeah, Rick Diaz.
All right, you don't have to play Rick.
No, we're gonna go for Rick Diaz.
Oh my God!
Yeah, let's
yes.
do it. Let's
Brett is
do
the
it.
best.
Wait,
Amuro
I'm
used
gonna
to
let
use
you
it,
pick
right?
the pilot too. It's purely cosmetic, but
Amuro.
okay, yeah, let's go.
I'm probably butchering the pronunciation
No.
of these names, but
You want to pick a striker for me? Just
yes.
anything.
Keep going. Hover truck.
Okay, hover track. Let's
Hover
go.
truck. We're all about these
Definitely. How can I pick anything else than hover truck? If you show me a screen and hover truck is on it, I'm picking hover truck. There's no question.
You will see him online.
Yes.
With the hover truck striker.
Yeah. It's hover truck, nothing else. It's all hover trucks. Everyone has to pick hover truck.
So we were just talking about the small suits, and you've definitely picked one. This guy, yeah.
Really?
So if I get knocked out,
looks like a big boy.
he is pretty big, but looks can be deceiving in this
Our
game.
lights went out again. Here we go. I'm turning them back on.
If I get knocked out, you'll see that I will only take 200 from the bar.
Okay.
Wow,
See
you're
if that
going up
actually
against
happens.
the guy that you get coffee with.
Yeah.
every Sunday.
He's
What
betrayed
have
me.
you done? He's so upset that you betrayed him. You went out for brunch with someone else.
With me.
With hover truck.
With hover truck.
Hover truck is. Oh, there we go. He's putting in the work.
Yeah.
There we
Get
go.
that work done.
Real quick, Brett, could you talk about how important the movement is in this game?
Movement is everything in this game. The way you defend is by moving. It's not a game where you
Oh, you can't block or
You can, like you can block,
Yeah.
but
it's not viable all the time.
Yeah, the blocking in this game is kind of what you want to do in a pinch, and instead, normally you just kind of want to dodge stuff. So dodging is the best way. Like all these guys are shooting at me, and just by moving, you can avoid all this stuff pretty easily. Because everything doesn't have like amazing tracking. So as long as you're just kind of moving in a good arc, you'll avoid stuff.
And there's one main new mechanic with movement in this game called Boost Dive.
Yeah.
Boost Dive allows you to immediately jump back to the ground while you're moving, which also allows you to kind of change the tides of battle. You can see Brett doing that every single 20 seconds or so, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's a new mechanic. It's one of the most interesting things about the new version. Because this game's been out for so long, but Gundam Versus for the PS4 has introduced so many cool elements that we've never seen before. So the developers are definitely still kind of adding more cool stuff to evolve the battle.
I love it. Gentlemen, thank you so much. Final thoughts before we end today's episode.
Yeah, well, we're just really excited to bring this here. Gundam Versus is going to be launching on September 29th.
Beautiful.
And jump online, play with your friends, play with your enemies, play with your rivals. Show us what you got online. You'll see me online. You'll see Brett online. We'll definitely see you online with those hover tracks.
Yep, you better believe it. Cyrus, Brett, thank you guys so much. This has been PlayStation Underground. Again, Gundam Versus out September 29th
September
on PS4.
29th on PS4. Exclusive.
For everyone here at PlayStation and for everyone driving a hover truck, we will see you next time on PlayStation Underground.
PlayStation